Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now, you probably remember in my last video I got a Cattleya dowiana aurea, and this is the one you can see in front of you, and I'm going to mount it. So I've got to take it out of its pot first and have a good look at it. Right, that's the piece of wood I'm going to put it on. A bit of cork. I've had it soaking in very hot water for a long time. So let's have a look at this. The roots seem okay. A bit damp because I only watered it this morning. I didn't water it last night. So we'll just remove the as much of the wood as we can. A lot of it's stuck. One or two bad roots. Be very careful with this. I should easily strip the roots. Just wag it a little bit and it comes off. So I'll just clean this up. I'll just take all the stuff off. I'll switch the camera off and then come back. And I've got to cut off the roots which are no good. The ones that, you know, the ones that are soft and the outer layer of velamen has come off them, and the only thing left on them is the root. Right, just clean that up now. I've cleaned it up as best as I can, because there's little bits of bark that's virtually, the roots have grown through it, so I'll leave those on. And while I've noticed there's a little new growth coming up there, so I presume, so I'm going to grow this, I'm trying to, on this piece of wood, and I'm going to put it something like that, with the new growth just on this side, and spread the roots out as best as I can down the bottom here. So that's looking fine. So I'll get that done. I'll get some moss, and then see what we can do from there. Like as many as you know, I'm not a great lover of moss, but I've got some here that's been soaking. I've squeezed it all out, so there's it's just damp now. So in fact I've got to put some holes in here, haven't I, to hold it, so I haven't done that yet. So that's where I'm going to put the plant, hopefully. Yeah, so I'd better mark a position where I'm going to put the holes. So if I'm going to put the plant there, I I need some holes around about, let's see, there and there. So we'll get those holes drilled. Hope it's all gone the way through. Now I'm one of those guys who's absolutely useless at tying knots in anything. And I use this, so fishing line's no good for me. So I use this this soft aluminium wire. And just pull it through, that's it. And get the other hole, if I can still find it. There it is. So those already through. So there's my loop to fasten it in. So we'll put some moss there. Doesn't need too much, I don't think, because we'll just keep these nice and moist during the day and dry in an evening. Now hopefully I can get that through there. Yep. Nope, yep. We'll just bed it down like that. Make sure I don't fasten the new growth up. And we'll get some more moss. Make sure I don't cover up that new growth. I can always cut the moss and make sure that we're not covering the new growth up. And then this is a tricky bit, pulling the wires through. Which ones have I got hold of? There we are. There we are. There's the new growth there. It's just twisted a little bit, so I want it up there. So we'll just pull that one. I'll make sure it's nice and firm there. And then we'll just fasten it around the back with this aluminium wire. Hope you can see that. I just twist it at the back and cut it. And let's see what it's like at the front. Well, it feels nice and solid. So we'll just trim off the excess bark, or rather pull it off. Not bark, sphagnum. You know I don't like sphagnum, but I don't think of any alternative in this case. You know, live moss has all gone and died off. So we'll tuck that down the back. Hey dear. I know I was out of camera shot there, but it happens when you get carried away. Just trim all the edges off. This will not be needed. Make it neat and tidy. Like trimming the hedges, this. I think I'll put another piece of wire around there just to hold it. Just get another piece of wire. Just get it at the bottom of the roots there. That's it. And if I get it round the back there and just twist them until it tightens up. There we are. Now that's solid. I mean, the plant looks a bit, but it's fine. I should imagine that's fine like that. And if I stand it up, no, you'll not be able to see that. But I can edit this bit out. And I think we just need another one around the top of the rootstock, which I'll have to just go in between the leaves there. See it, can you? I think I'll just have to put another piece of this aluminium around there just to hold that into place and stop it hanging over. But this won't have to be too tight. And I haven't cut the wire long enough, so I'll have to just cut another piece, which is typical. Make sure it's long enough. Just check on the position I want it, which is there. Just put it around that one. A little bit fiddly, these things, you know, to get them spot on, get them right. But if you get them right, they're lovely. Come on, Eddie, shape yourself. Just wondering if I've cut the piece long enough again. No, I haven't. There. So I'll just have to cut a longer piece. I want this about there. In fact, what I could do with is drilling 2 more holes just to hold that new growth down there, stop it flopping over. So I'll see if I can do that. Don't know whether you can see it or not, but I'll just have to put another drill in there. Another one in there. Just thread it through the holes. There. That one hasn't gone through. As now. Oh, we get a straight piece. I tell you, it's really fiddly to get them right. Yeah, that's through there. And now I've got the pieces that are too big. Oh well, not to worry. So there we've got the 2 pieces, so I'll just pull it down. And it's just holding it in place there without being tight. And just give it a twist at the back. And there we are. I think that's all I'm going to do. And I'm not putting a wire on the back, I'm just leaving it stood up like that. So there's the Cattleya, dowiana with the variety Aurea all mounted up, and it's just standing up on a piece of bark. I'm not going to put any wire through to hang it up. I'm just going to stand it up under the Mars Hydro lights and hope that takes off okay. Just give it a spray every morning, make sure it's dry every night, and that'll be fine, I think so. Well, this is a straightforward dowiana that I got a couple of months ago from Poland, and it's growing at such a fast rate that it's outgrown its pot virtually already. It was in this pot, which is 6mm, and I'm going to put it into a bigger pot because its roots growth is tremendous. It's just growing roots like mad. So I'm going to keep this one in bark. You can see the roots there. So I'm going to put that one in a much bigger pot, and I can leave it there for a couple of years probably just to see how it goes. Well, that's the media it's come out of. This is the media it's going back into, but I'm going to mix it with that. And this is just some a hard bark, about 10mm, with some tree fern in it. So that's all I'm going to use. So I'm going to mix it with that and pot it in the 12cm pot. Since we're going to have any problems with over potting on these, but we'll see what we can do. I've put some tree fern bark in the bottom here, which will help with the drainage. And the telephone's going off. Excuse me. Phone call telling me I'm going to be a great grandpa again for the 3rd time. So I'll not delete that from the video, I'll leave that on. I'm very pleased about that. So I've mixed these together, so we'll put some stuff in there. No moss, of course, not for me. And then we'll place that there, we'll leave a little bit more in. This is how to do this without covering the plant up. Get it in the middle. And now it's not deep enough. That's more like it. That's better. Gives it plenty of room to grow now. Not cover it up too much, not deep. Not put the plant in too deep. Just make sure the roots are all covered. Excuse me. And we can get a bit of moisture. Good heavens. I think there must be a bit of dust on this tree fern. Put the label in. I'll water that one tomorrow because there's some damp bark in there, so that should be fine. Let's have a look, make sure there's no big holes in it. No, plenty of holes in the pot to give it a good drying out period. That's the new growth, so what we're waiting for is another new growth. But the roots are growing, so that should take off now, should be fine. So the plant's in, the label's in, so we'll just put this under the Mars Hydro light again and take it from there. So thanks very much for watching again, and until next time, I'll see you all later. Bye.